Hello, I am roaringbug, and welcome to my Sims 4 speed build. Today I am building a house I call Beatrice house. So I recently got the cats and dogs gameplay, and I also recently got paranormal stuff, and I decided to build this house for a gameplay in order to test out pets and the medium supernatural career. So I made a sim and her name is Beatrice, and she has a dog that looks like a panda named Mr. Panda, and they live in this house together. I didn't make Mr. Panda. He's a sim that I got off the gallery, and then I kind of went a little crazy and I started downloading other dogs that don't look like dogs that other simmers had made on the gallery. I got one that looks like a tiger. I got one that looks like a cheetah. There was one that looks like a deer. I think I saw one that looked like a koala bear. You can find one that looks like a grizzly bear. The weirdest one looks like a baby fawn, and it's kind of weird seeing a dog looking like a baby fawn, but I hadn't seen it in actual gameplay mode. I just saw the picture of it on the gallery. I also saw somebody made a zebra out of a dog. It's kind of crazy how you can manipulate animals in The Sims. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a detective lady who owns a panda, and in order to pin down what kind of design she would have, I decided that she likes the Roaring 20s. So her name is Beatrice Spectre, and she is a future ghost hunter and a medium, and she likes the Roaring 20s, and she has a pet panda named Mr. Panda. And this is the house I made for her. So this house has this raised platform, and I'm putting some ponds in the front. It's loosely based, again, on a picture I saw on Pinterest. Pinterest is where I find most of my inspirations for houses. I just kind of scroll and save them on my inspirational Pinterest board. And I don't really anticipate any kind of gameplay with these ponds, because you can add the fishing sign, and you can add fish to the pond, and you can have your sim go fishing. This lot is in the cats and dogs world, and it's really close to a dock. And I don't know, I thought that my sim could maybe go fishing there, but when I kind of clicked on the water and everything, I saw that I don't think there's any kind of interaction. So I don't know if my sim can go fishing off the water there with the dock, which is a little disappointing because I guess it's just all window dressing. So all these plants are plants off debug, and they are plants that have no costs. They are the decorative plants that you see in the world, and your sims can't interact or even register them. They'll just walk right through them. But I don't really think my sim is gonna walk in the yard. And I had these climbing ivy plants, and I've seen a lot of other simmers use a lot of these climbing ivy. I don't really like them because I play with half cutaway walls, and sometimes the plants don't drop out of view, and then I have a giant ivy in my way and I can't see my sim in the house. And I think, now that I think about it, some simmers who do building, they strictly do building and they don't do any gameplay. So maybe they just don't know about it, because I started out just doing gameplay and I worked myself up. And, you know, I've worked on my building skills. And, like, when I think about, like, when I build something, I think about, like, hey, is it easy for my sim to get to one place to another? And I guess, like, I got, like, gameplay in my head. So when I did this ivy, I only put it on spots I can get around. Like, I did a little bit of gameplay with this house. And I usually look at my sim in the house from the back of the house. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, like, I'm looking at them in the back of the house. I am not doing my gameplay in the front because the ivy is just not dropping out of view. So now I'm doing the floor plan, and I just moved the back of that pointed roof piece out because it was getting lost in the main body of the house, and I kind of just wanted to have a little bit more definition. And I put this white wood paneling for the windows because the Pinterest picture I saw had like these white trim things around the windows. It doesn't look as elegant because in the Pinterest picture, the top of the white portion has like a curved arch. And I was like, oh my god, I can't pull that off in The Sims. So, you know, I thought the spirit of what I was trying to achieve was there. So I'm happy with it. I don't really think too hard about doing like the floor plan. I've heard like some simmers have a hard time doing floor plans. Sometimes I do too. So even this floor plan, I cut out all of my revisions, but I went through a lot of changes with the floor plan. Oh, and if you can hear any background noise, sorry, it's just noisy outside. And yeah, I put this chimney on the side of the build, and I'm the type of builder that I like my chimneys to align with my fireplaces. And as you can, like, I don't know if you caught it, but I had like some hesitation where I didn't put the windows in the back of one part of the house where the chimney is, because I realized that if I put a kitchen on one of the walls, I can't have a wall-to-wall windows because it's going to interfere with the counters. So that's why I held off doing the windows on that side of the build. And I edited how I try to figure out how to roof this weird like bump out that I put on the side of the building. It's really hard to do roofing on that. My tip, if you're trying to roof a weird bump out that isn't a regular rectangle shape, if you can't figure out how to roof it, just don't roof it. Just turn it into a balcony. Because I feel like that's the other plan I would have done. I wouldn't have even bothered roofing it. I would have just put a fence around it and called it a balcony. It would have just been a Juliet balcony, which is like a balcony that you don't really use. It's just like a decorative piece. I could have done that instead. So, since I did have a sim for this house, I made it that her favorite color is green. That's why the interior of this house is very green. And I wanted her to have like a 1920 theme to it. So, I don't know. I kind of did like an Art Deco style. So it's got a lot of like vampire realm of magic and the cats like in supernatural, paranormal like furniture in this house, which I was happy that they actually kind of go together, you know, like realm of magic, vampire, and paranormal. Like those designs actually seem to fit pretty well. And I use a lot of the decor to the max. Like that hexagonal wallpaper in the living room, that's from Decor of the Max. Oh, and the floral one, that's Decor of the Max too. And I I didn't want like a normal computer because I thought that would break the immersion of things. So I used the computer that looks like a typewriter, like an old-timey typewriter. So now I'm doing an open stairway, which is always tricky because you have to like draw it all around, even the part where the sim would walk up the stairs. You have to draw the fence even on that area, and then it'll close it off, and then you can use the sledgehammer to open up the open staircase. And I put, because I'm new to the gameplay of pets, I was like, I guess I need a pet bed. And this is all like stuff I only know from watching other simmers play. And because Mr. Panda is a panda, I put bamboo and like snowy escape tiling in this room. Because I was like, yeah, he can have like a Mount Fuji mural and some bamboo and like maybe astroturf grass in this like well shrine in this room. I mean, he's a panda. I mean, he's a dog, but he's a panda. So I was like, why not? I mean, I'm thinking of like some really old pictures that I've seen of like, you know, like a 1920s flapper lady walking a cheetah down the street. Like I've seen like advertised pictures of something like that. And I'm like, yeah, she could be like a crazy rich lady who owns an exotic pet. So she owns this panda. And I just put this old TV because, you know, of course they didn't have TVs in the Roaring 20s. Like TV is like from the 50s. So I was like, I'll just use the oldest TV I have. Like I know like there's like a game pack, the Strangerville game pack. I think it's that one that has like the bunny ear TV, but I don't have that pack. Oh, hey, if you're buying packs right now, they're 50% off for gameplay packs, and that's the only reason why I've got these 2 new packs. Also, you know, when you get packs, do your research, because you may not know if that fits with your particular gameplay. Because I happen to really like occults, and maybe you don't really like occults. So, you know, you should, you know, look at other YouTubers and other reviewers who do own all the packs and just get like their opinion. But, you know, look at different YouTubers because, like I said, I happen to like supernatural gameplay and I like occults, but that's not like the same style for all like YouTubers either. Like sometimes they might like family gameplay more than anything. So, you know, I would make sure you have a range of opinions and maybe watch a few of their videos just to get a feel of their opinion and see if it reflects your particular gameplay as well. Because like I'm not all about family gameplay. When I first played The Sims, it was over COVID, and I don't know all the stuff about The Sims. Like I know other Simmers, they've been playing The Sims like since Sims 1, or they played Sims 3, so they've had experience playing The Sims 4 since the beginning. But, you know, if you're new to The Sims, and it's good just to get a feel of what people do just by watching how they do things on YouTube videos, because that's how I learned. Like, this house looks great, and when I first started, I made boxes. So, you know, it's a learning process. And, oh, I wanted to ask if other people who play The Sims, since I don't own all the packs, do you ever download builds and you know you don't own all the packs? Or do you only try to download builds where you know you do own all the packs. And, if you do, write it in the comment section. Because I tend not to get builds where I know that I don't own everything. But, maybe you do want to get it, because even if you don't have all the packs, you would still get, the shape of the build. And you can just go in and fill in the blanks. So right now, I just went back and I added curtains to all the rooms. Because I realized maybe this house should have some curtains. Because to me, curtains and, toilet paper in The Sims, they're pretty, secondary. I don't really make them, my top priority. But, because they don't really have privacy stuff like that in The Sims. So now I'm in my screenshots. And I'm just going to show the layout of my house. As you can see, the second floor is bedrooms. The first floor is living room. And the most important seance table. And if you like my build, you can get it off the gallery at roaringbug. Please like, subscribe, or leave me a comment. And my very last screenshot, if you want to see, is a picture of my sim and her pet panda. So thank you for watching. Bye.